right. That.
Preservation of capital is more important than making money. As you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downsides at the same time.
Need volume on TikTok?
Hello, I didn't unmute myself. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading Live, a Futures and Education program. Glad to have you here. American Dream Trading was created by, is owned by, is managed by, is incorporated by, as a legal corporation, by Chad Christian, who we call Coach. And why do we call him Coach? Because that's what he does. He coaches us in everything investing, from day trading to swing trading, long-term investing, income investing, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to handle those different markets, whether it's stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, whatever, everything and in between. So glad you could be here. My name is Mark McSee, one of the more than 20 moderators here at American Dream Trading.com. And speaking of .com, make sure you go over and check out our website at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So glad you could be here. I'm not saying, I'm spelling out the words for a reason, because one of the social media platforms just doesn't like it when you say website names for some reason. So we're trying this to see if that works. So anyway.
They're awfully protective that way, aren't they?
Yes, they are. So I get it, right? But it is frustrating sometimes. Glad you could be here with us today. Let me get my one social media feed up here. I forgot to put it up. Let me get this real quick. There it is. There it is. You need to get rid of that. Put this, click that. Move this up here. Move that over there. Let's see here. Move this here. Resize that up there. And drag that over here. Pop that part out because I don't need it in there. Stretch that out a little bit down here. Oh, man, it's just this technology stuff. It's just amazing. Anyway, glad you all could be here today. Make sure you say hello and how are ya down in the chats. If you have any questions concerning futures or general questions about anything related to it, type them down in your questions down in that chat box, and we'll do our best to try to answer those questions for you live as time allows, right? Some days we get lots of questions and we can't get through them all, and other days not so much. So anyway, thank you for being here. I see one of the moderators, Doug, over there in the YouTube live chat, and you'll see from time to time Doug posts live links to all our different promos if we have them in there for you. That all you have to do is click on it, and it'll take you directly to our website, which is AmericanDreamTrading.com. Check it out. Scroll about halfway down on our landing page, and you will see that there is a link for our absolutely free Discord that you can join. And once you verify your account, you can interact with other members of American Dream Trading, ask questions. There's also an educational channel in there for our free members, some discount channels. You can even make out a help desk ticket if you got any other questions. There's all that and more. Obviously, paid membership comes with its benefits and privileges, which opens more of the rooms. If you're a Diamond member, you get access to every single thing in there. The Diamond members have access to, I believe it's over 100 channels. We consolidated some of them here the other day, but between 90 and 100 channels, I believe, are in there. I haven't counted them in the last week, but where free members may only have 5 or 6. But, you know, that's the privileges of membership. Opens the door. Speaking of our Diamond membership, that's our all-inclusive membership. That includes lifetime memberships for stocks, stock options, crypto, and futures. It's every membership pairing that we have. You only pay once, never ever pay again. It also includes all our a la carte items that we have, such as our mentorship program with Coach and the other training moderators. That alone is $6,000 a year. We have the gold breakout rooms, workshop classes every month, Saturday training, Sunday night training. What else we have? We have, I already said workshop training. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Help me, Doug. Help me. Help me, Doug. Help me. What am I leaving out? I should have my list up here, right? That and much more. How's that? Okay.
Mentorship.
Mentorship. I said that one. Workshop classes. Yada, yada, yada. Go to our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com, for more information. Check that out. Now, why did I mention the Diamond membership? It includes everything. Everything we currently have, all of the a la cartes, every single thing you will find on our website is included within that Diamond membership. It also will include anything that we create in the future. So you will never, ever pay an additional dime with that Diamond membership. Any on all new included products will be automatically included with that Diamond membership. They are going to be coming out with a Platinum membership here in the near future. That's its own separate standalone membership. They're thinking that's going to run probably about $1,000 a month for that. That's has not been carved in stone yet. So, you know, talking $10,000, $12,000 value there also. Look at oil taking off, by the way. It's up at 64.17. For those of you who aren't watching oil, we're running on that today. Oil did very well. Thought I'd stop and call that out real quick. It's at 64.18 CL oil. Anyhow, it's a $20,000 normally priced product. It is over $50,000 in value if you would buy each membership separately. Now, Coach ran a promo here the last couple of weeks for $5,000 to get people interested, encouraged, and because this is Labor Day week prior to Labor Day, and we're not going to be here next Monday because it is a holiday, and we don't work on the holidays anymore. Then hopefully you don't have to. I understand we do sometimes, but that is what it is. So Coach is knocking off an additional $1,000 for right now. This offer will end Sunday night or until all the set-aside memberships are filled. Last check, I believe there's still a couple left that are available for purchase. But anyway, they will disappear for good Sunday night. And you can get that for a one-time payment of $4,000. One-time payment, never pay again. If you bought just a standalone membership for the futures group that we're talking about here today, that's $2,500 a year. Crypto, I believe, is the same price. VIP is $2,500. VIP Gold is more than that. It's pushing what, 5? Premium
it's
is
an extra $250 a month add-on.
Yeah. The premium itself is $125 a month. So you can see the value at $4,000 plus, the mentorship class with coach and the other trading moderators, which is in a small group setting, which they just had one today. Every Wednesday they have them. You can ask coach any question or any other trading moderators specific question, and he'll deep dive into that question and help you understand it extensively. So that alone is $6,000. So that just the price of that is worth the membership, and that class is worth it because, man, you talk about deep diving into questions. Wow, it's amazing. Makes my head spin the amount of information that's available, and I have some experience. So check that out, American Dream Trade, and get that diamond membership. We also have 3 trial memberships is the word I was looking for. We have a few 2-week trial memberships that you can try out for a low price. The entry-level membership, which is our premium membership, which starts training and trading at 8:45 every morning, Monday through Friday, through a live Zoom call where you can open your mic and ask Coach or anybody else questions from 8:45 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time every day, Monday through Friday. $19 for a 2-week trial. If you wish to remain part of the group, you do nothing, and it'll automatically renew at the $125 a month unless you want to pay annually or some other method, because you do save money by paying annually or even semi-annually, quarterly. Also, we have the crypto membership. It is a standalone membership, also a 2-week kick the tires special there, also $19 for 2 weeks. And then we have my personal favorite, futures. It is a standalone membership. Also, we start training at 8:30 every morning, and through a live Zoom call, training and trading together as a group, starting at 8:30 in the morning through 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. And that is $49 for 2 weeks. Well, why is that one more expensive? Because I'm part of the package. That's why. That alone should be worth double that, right? No, it's because we actually give you Coach's 3.0 indicator overlay for TradingView is included in that. As long as you're a paid member, you will be able to use that Coach's 3.0 trading. And you've seen TradingView on my screen before showing you those indicators. Again, you have the chance to get that, the diamond through Sunday night, okay? Once that's gone, there will no longer be a diamond lifetime membership. You'll be able to buy the diamond membership, but it will be $850 a month, or if you pay it annually, it will be $7,500 a year. So you can see the incredible value is that $4,000 one-time payment. Never, ever pay anything ever again as long as you shall live. Hence the term lifetime. Good. All right. Hey, Wake Up Right says, take a look at ES forming on, let's take a look at that. We will be more than happy to look at ES. That's the S&P 500 futures. And your comment is, take a look at the double bottom forming on ES. I'm not necessarily looking for advice, but I am curious. Do you see a setup like this? Do you typically look for an entry? Well, where are you talking about a double bottom? Because right now it's going up. Now it just went through a double top, if that's what you really meant. It just now broke through it. There's a breakthrough here, and see, here's what we're talking about. Let me get a line snapped on here just so you can see what this person is talking about right here. So it broke through here, this double top area. Let me pull this down a little bit, expand this out a little bit, and it broke through. Yes, that is a possible point of entry, but what I'm looking for is a break and hold above that level. So it kept trying it, finally broke through. There's your breakthrough candle, but this is your confirmation. I want to see it on the shoulder of the previous candle going upward, and as you can see, it took off after it broke through. So that was a good entry there on that candle. Now that one took right off, so look for a retracement back a little bit on that candle. So that's what I look for, standing on the shoulder of the previous. It starts where the other one ended. That's a little bit stronger trade. Doesn't quite start on the shoulder. It can end up being a weak candle and pull back or change colors, whatever, right, in the process. So, yes, that's what you were referring to, right? So, All right, let's see what this candle does. Are we going to continue upward movement? We're at the 640 level. I do see some orders in the 642-ish area, right? We'll see what happens here. You know, it may decide just to keep climbing up here, right? And we'll take a peek. Is this going to be a good move to the upside? Well, it's getting some strength there, isn't it? Looks pretty decent, right? Well, let's see if it can break through this level up here. We've got a regression channel right there where that's pausing at the moment. I know you don't see it, but on Coach's 3-point indicators, it clearly shows it there. And it did break through, but it's still fighting. It's pulling back now on that big gamma candle, right, to the upside. What do I see up above? We're looking for some 651 orders. It's not that far up from where it's at now, so we're going to wait here and see if we get any more big orders. It might want to pull it up here on the L2. I see some 502s popping up down here, but right now they're all about the same size. There's one big order. It's 502. That's about the biggest order. It's currently at 649, so it might pop a couple bucks here, a couple points, right? But these orders can come and go at will. 502s, right? It looks like the big walls are at the whole dollar increments. Now you got to be careful. People may want to take profits too as this climbs up a lot, right? You may see on a 1 minute chart, Coach's 5 to 7 candle rule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th candle. Don't be surprised if there's a pullback either on this candle or the next candle, as people will take profits. That's a 5 to 7 minute rule on a 1 minute chart. Works going up and it works going down. Doesn't happen every time, no. It's like anything else. It's just a general observation. Basically, it's a time-based observation. Being in a trade for 5 to 7 minutes is a long time sometimes in the world of trading. You know, when you have millions and billions of dollars exchanging hand, there's going to come a point where the institutions are going to want to take profit, right? Just like you would. So they want to lock that in. That's why you'll generally see a pullback on the 5 to 7 candle area. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here is kind of 6. This would be the 7th candle. Doesn't mean there can't be 10 or 15, but we generally will expect some profit taking and pulling back, and it may just take right back off again. You just never know, right? So you just got to trade the trade that's in front of you. Let's see if that happens in this case. I don't see any big orders to the downside, so it may not happen this time. But I'm going to wait and see before I go jumping in any more, running up to like the 671 level that I have on my chart here. I have I'm looking at ES, ain't I? I'm looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, I'm over here. I'm looking at two different charts, and I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is ES, but same thing here, right? The NQ is doing the same thing. I'm looking at one of my other monitors, and I got NQ up on it. It's doing the exact same thing. So here's ES. Watch this. Tell me if you can even tell the charts are even different. That's how much they're matching. Look at that. Bam. Right. Let me get this slid down. See what do we got? Look at the pullback on NQ. Are we going to get that on ES? Huh. Am I psychic? Do I foretell the future? Can I foresee what's going to happen? No. All I can do is go by some general knowledge things. And I told you before this happened, 5 to 7 candle rule. Usually you get a pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, pullback. Bam! Right? Right? Are you?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Come on. Come on. Did I tell you this was probably going to happen? Statistically, it does. It doesn't happen every time, like anything else. Just like any other indicator or line that you have drawn on your chart, nothing's 100%, right? But I did warn you about it. Why am I acutely aware of this rule? Because I kind of didn't pay attention to something like this that was obvious in front of my face today. I got into a trade right on the 6th candle, and when you know, as soon as I got in, it pulled back. I'm like, what happened there? It took me like 10 seconds to even notice that there was 5 to 7 candles there. As soon as I get in, by God, it pulled back, and I was like, doggone it, right? And I'm a pretty good trader, right, overall. And it was just something my brain did not engage, right? And there was something staring at me very obviously to be exercise caution over. If I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have lost money on that trade. So here you goes, people taking profit, right? Not to be unexpected. What do you think about that 5 to 7 candle rule? Have you ever heard of that before? Have you ever heard of the 5-7 candle rule? That's only on a 1 minute chart, and it works going up and it works going down also. So you can use that, employ that. So if you're in a trade and you're getting into that 5 to 7 candles continuously in that direction move, you just need to exercise caution. It doesn't mean automatically exit the trade, because it doesn't always do it, but a high percentage of the time it does. It's just you need to exercise caution and decide, if I need to get out of this trade, I'm prepared to do it, right? That's all that's used for. And it's nothing wrong if you're in a long-term trade. If I got in down here, I ain't going to worry about this little bit of pullback. There's no reason to get out of the trade just because I have a red candle or two if they're staying up here and consolidating, right? So, anyway, that's the 5 to 7 candle roll, right? Candle roll on a 1 minute. Now I'm typing in here into the chat here on TikTok, because I'm going to make sure, see if this helps delay by me entering comments in there. Delay having to do that puzzle piece, because there's been maybe one day out of the last 10 that the software let me complete that puzzle. And if not, then I lose my buddies all over there on TikTok. They all it shuts down the feed. So good. So obviously right there you go. See how that worked? All right, so Doug's over there. Doug is everywhere. It says ADD Coach, the host. That's actually me. It's not actually Coach himself, because we use the shared account, American Dream Trading account, which is ADT Coach. So I am typing into that on our TikTok account. So when you see ADT Coach there on TikTok with Coach's picture, right now, that's actually me. Now, if I see something pop up there and I didn't type it, then I know it's the real Coach, okay? So, anyhow, so I just didn't want to disappoint you when you found out it was me instead of the real Coach. We just use the same account. I'm logged into the company account. Let me look at TikTok here and see what kind of questions are popping up here that I might be able to discuss publicly. By the way, thank you everybody that's in here. Look at all the people coming in. Down South, Bolivar, Doug, Jim's, what else we got over here? Extras, we got Savage Money. All right, I'm just reading through some of these. Jim, number 18 in the fan club. Congratulations there, Jim. Thank you very much for joining the fan club over there on TikTok. All right. Is your profit today? Do you follow digital? Do we follow digital currency? Digital? Yes, we have a crypto. I don't personally. I don't trade. I could trade crypto futures. I have owned and sold Bitcoin. I don't actively follow it, but we have a whole membership for that crypto and all the little meme and junk coins that you guys trade. That they take care of all that and educate you on how to do it and go about the best way. $19 will get you that membership over there in crypto. Very good deal. I've attended, because I'm a martyr, I have access to attend those classes. I've been to 2 or 3 of their live Zoom training classes. I tell you what, you talk about mind-blowing. Them guys are so intellectually smart on top of it, and they're very good educators, very good teachers. They make it easy so anybody can understand it. I was ready to start trading crypto after my first Zoom call. I'm like, I can do this, right? All right. Let's see over here. What about the YouTubes? Doug's over there answering questions. Hopefully, wake up right. Did I answer that question for you? You said double bottom. It was actually a double top. Probably what you really meant, but that's okay.
He's actually in our Zoom right now.
Oh, he is?
He's one of our members.
Oh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the username over here?
I YouTube stalked him.
Huh?
I YouTube stalked him.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's got a nice page.
Oh, there. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. All right. What else? Let's see. Hi, Mark. Love your sessions. How does paid future sessions differ from live? Well, live, we're literally teasing you with information. Right? What do you think why do you think people give things away for free? Right? When you go to Costco or you go to Sam's Club and they put a cute looking girl at the end of the aisle with a bunch of food samples, or a grandmotherly type woman at the end of the aisle with some food samples. Why do you think they do that? Just because they're nice and they're generous? They like to give away free stuff? What's the purpose of giving away free stuff at your Costco's or your Sam's Club, those type of things? What's the real reason they do that, right? Give you a taste, right? Oh, this is good. Where do you find it? Where can I get these at? Well, I'm glad you asked. Right here it is, right? And you buy it, right? It's something you wouldn't have experienced on your own unless somebody presented it to you, correct? Nothing wrong with that, right? It's nice to take samples because you can get a taste of it. You may taste something and you don't like it, right? I buy that. That tastes like crap, right? I'm watching your free lives and I think they're crap. I ain't gonna buy a membership, right? So we're doing this. We do this as a free outreach, right? Every single day, 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 to 11. I'm live from 2 to 4. And our aftermarket show starts at 4, and it usually runs an hour, hour and a half also. You know, we do this so that we can educate you, obviously, for free, but you're only getting the tip of the iceberg here. We train for up to 12 hours per day, starting at 4 a.m. Can you imagine being able to go into deep dive discussions on any of the subjects you want to talk about and related to investing and trading? What a mind blown that is. You should do it. That's why we're offering these kick the tire promos for 2 weeks for $19 for the premium, which is our entry level one, and our crypto, and also $49 for futures. You start training and trading at 8:30 in a live Zoom call. You can open up a mic and ask questions anytime you want, or you can type into a live Zoom chat, whatever makes you happy, right? And we share our screen, just like I'm here sharing screen here. We do it in a live Zoom call. And I'm even here for the last going on the second week, live trading in front of our members so they can see what I'm doing, right? They can see the good, the bad, the ugly. They've been seeing a lot of ugly today because I've been making some bad mistakes, right? I've gotten into some trades I shouldn't have. Like I mentioned earlier, that 5 to 7 candle rule, and I jumped right in there right when it was the 5th or 6th candle, and it pulled back just like you should expect it to, right? When I entered a trade, though, I thought it was a good trade, but I missed that little detail, right? It was a mental error on my part, and it's not paying attention. I wasn't laser focused on what was going on, and I lost money because of that. So, and you know, we can demonstrate, ask questions, we review your trades, we can do anything you want, right? And we do train on everything futures specific, right? And not only do we talk about that, we also talk about, from time to time, we talk about the psychology of trading. Because eventually learn the basics of how to trade, right? It takes a while, but to get the very basics down really isn't that hard, right? I mean, there's a lot to learn on how to use the softwares and how to chart and do yada, 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 all the things. And put it all together and to be able to analyze and interpret what the charts are telling you and when to decide to get in a trade, when to get out of a trade. You know, those things take time. You develop a skill over time. But to be able to discuss it live, it helps accelerate that when you can ask questions. Well, I don't understand what you're saying. What about this or that? And it really increases. We're not selling you an ebook, right? We're not saying, here, read the first 6 chapters and ask, if you got any questions, let me know, right? That's not how we train. We do have educational videos. We do have educational material that are not accessible for free over on our YouTube station channel, which is American Dream Trading, by the way. There's over 2,000 free videos there on all different subjects. But paid membership has its privileges. So we have special trainings and all that also. The benefit is you get to ask questions, and it starts at 8:30 in the morning, from 8:30 to 4. There's still 55 members in here on our live Zoom, and it varies, right? You know, usually in the mornings it's a lot more people, and as the afternoon wears off, you know, people tend to go do what they want to do. They may have made their profit for the day, and they're taking their ball and going home. But we still discuss, and the moderators, including myself, we have 4 moderators in here right now that help out, you know, right? One of us goes on break, the other one fills in, or somebody will ask a question. They may have the better answer. They'll help train. And that all starts at 8:30 every morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. If you have the Diamond membership, you also get futures training in the evening and on Sunday night. Or you can buy the VIP futures membership, which is a step up. That gets you the newsletter and Sunday night training in addition to everything else. So, yes, if this sounds interesting here, do you imagine what it is in real life? So what do you have to lose? Getting the premium or the crypto or the futures membership. You get to come in and kick the tires and experience it for yourself and see what's behind the curtain, as the Wizard of Oz would say, right? What's behind that curtain? Well, so just imagine being able to train up to 12 hours a day, depending on what membership levels you have, right? So check it out. You're going to blow more money in Starbucks on 3 cups of coffee than what that membership's going to get you for the $19 ones, right? You probably blew $49 yesterday, didn't think twice about it, right? Go out to eat, go out and get, crying out loud, it's what, $25 to go eat at a fast drive-through restaurant just to go get a burger and fries and a drink, right? It's expensive. So why not take that money and invest it in yourself? It'll pay the biggest dividends. Ben Franklin said the education in oneself pays the greatest dividends. And what's that mean? Get educated first. Don't worry about trying to slap money up against the wall and hope it sticks. Let's learn how to develop the skill to trade in and then go from there. So I don't know why anybody would not take advantage of either the $19 ones or if you want the standalone futures, $49 for 2 weeks. You might find you like it, right? And you'll learn a lot. Education you will get. Real life examples as they happen you will get, right? Here we talk and go different things. I'm looking at different screens. I may not be really focused on trading as much. Matter of fact, I trade paper trade. I don't trade my real account when I'm talking here, right? So I don't know if there's Orklo said his Diamond membership paid for itself in a month, and he paid more than what you are. This deal here is less expensive than what you're getting it for. So thank you, B Hedged. Hopefully that answered your question. If you have more, holler. All right, let's see. Okay, everything, right? Thank you for all those likes and follow over there on TikTok. It's nice to see you, Coach. Thank Coach JV. Thank you for that follow, and Patty for that follow. Thank you very much. Good to see you over there. All the other members coming in. There's SDPGGG87M30 just joined. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Make sure you click subscribe if this is your first time being here, right? Make sure you use that share button and turn that notification on also so you do not miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. Let's see. What's up, or hey, good to see you. Riker215 asks, what do I think about NVIDIA? Well, I think highly of NVIDIA. Just so you know right off the bat, if you're looking for something specific, neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors, and as such, we cannot give you investment, tax, or financial advice. Now, what is the one thing we know about NVIDIA? They make up the highest percentage by weight of the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ also, right? They're the largest, most, if you want to say, powerful chip manufacturer out there, right? They pretty much rule the roost, rule the market, right? So anything that their earnings or their outlook from the CEO and CFO, if they give a good outlook and they have good earnings, that's going to move the market because rising water raises all ships. If they come out and they have bad news, well, that's going to drag not only the market because of the heavy weight of the market they are in the market, it's also going to drag down the chip sector. So everybody makes chips, Intel, AMD, yada, 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 right? So it has a great influence over the market. What do I think they're going to do tonight? I have no idea. None of us do, right? We would guess, probably an educated guess, that things should be good as far as the earnings go. We don't know, though. See, that's the problem. None of us know. They can have really good earnings per share and met their revenue that was projected and come out good news there. But they might come out and say, well, one of our plants is down, so our production is going to be down somewhat next quarter or whatever, right? And that's taken as bad news, and boom, you can have good earnings but bad outlook, and the market will react accordingly. You could even miss your earnings per share, but give a good outlook, and it could go up, right? So there's all kinds of things. You're going to have a knee-jerk reaction tonight around 4:20, I think it is, on average, they report. So you can watch the stock there as it takes off because, it's tradable up till 8 o'clock, actually, right? So as far as shares go. So you could go watch that and see the reaction when that news comes out. You'll know immediately what the news was without even knowing the news, because you'll see the stock either shoot up or shoot down, or if it just came in as expected, it may just go sideways, right? You just don't know. So that's one of the things that make options powerful. You can do straddles and strangles and all kinds of creative things and hedge your bets on both sides of the aisle. But as far as what to do, I can't tell you that, right? There's just too much going on. Nobody really knows, so there's different ways of playing it. My style personally is it's not that I haven't bought stock option positions prior to earnings a few times. I do not like it. I'd rather play the news once it's released, right? React to the reaction. And I can scalp and lock in some quick profits that way. To me, that's less risky, right? That's just how I see it. But you can, if you're an educated investor, you may have a better play. It's just, there's different ways of capitalizing on event news. And this is a technical event because they're releasing how they did as a company. So, and that applies to anything, right? And that will affect the futures market. That's the reason I even talked as much as I did about NVIDIA, because it will affect the ES, Standard & Poor's 500, and then the NASDAQ, which is NQ futures. So when the market's open, now the market will be open till 5, right? So you'll be able to trade that news if you really want to, right? You can sit here in the futures market till 5 and see what NVIDIA says around 420-ish, right? And you'll see the reaction in the futures market, and you can capitalize on that if you want. And if you're not able to be there, again, you'll probably see once the market closes, when it opens back up at 6 a.m., you'll see a reaction, right? Maybe. And then the ones that didn't get to do that, when the New York Stock Exchange opens in the morning, or the London opens at 3 a.m. Eastern time, you may see the market move at those times, depending on what the news is. So there's a lot of ramifications from this one financial reporting period. So it's kind of exciting, especially if you own it, right? If you got it in at a good price, right? You stand a profit from it, owning it, right? So, and so you need to know, why do I need to know that trading futures? I'm not trading NVIDIA stock. What do I care what it does? Well, I do care, because it's going to directly impact what happens with ES and NQ, right? It may even affect the Dow and the Russell. You just, rising water raises all ships type of thing again, right? So that's why you just can't take a blind eye to what's going on in the stock world. You need to be better educated all around, and we help do that. We help train you. All our paid members in the Diamond and the VIP Gold and the Futures receive a newsletter on Saturday that discusses everything that's upcoming all this week. So they already had a heads up, right? There's detailed articles in the newsletter that talk about these things and more. So check us out. I'm going to keep telling you, it's AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go over there, scroll down about halfway, you'll see the links to our memberships, or if you're in the YouTube channel, you can do the clickable link things over there. All right. What else? Hopefully that answered your question in a 2-minute answer that took me 15 minutes to spew it all out. All right. But I cannot give you, even if I had my way of that I would play it, I can't tell you about it, because that's my thing, right? And I can't say anything that might influence you that you're going to trade a certain way, and then you wreck your account, and then you're mad at me. Not that I care that you're mad at me, because I don't know who you are, but I just wouldn't want to go that route, even if it was legal, just because of the potential, right? That if you're not an experienced trader, me telling you how to trade it wouldn't matter anyway, right? You may not do it properly. Are we getting a pullback over here on the NASDAQ? Well, and the ES is pulling. I see it also in the NASDAQ. Let me look at that, right? It's starting to get a little heavy. Doesn't mean it's automatically just going to go down, right? But it is getting heavy. It's been in a little bit of a downward slope here. Do we have room for it to fall down more? Yeah. But what do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 candles. We don't have 7 or anything like that yet, but this may just stair step down, right? Those are the hardest trades, when it just goes down little by little without any big orders that you can see pulling it down here. And I'm looking here, and there's really no outstandingly large orders that may want to pull the price down or up, right? There's a 17 at 648, which is right up here, which is basically the top of these wicks, about where it's at right now. But even that's not a large order, but it's enough to move it. That's all that matters. Good question. Thank you for that, Riker. 215 over on the TikToks. All right. Yeah, Maverick, we don't be typing things like that in or making predictions of what's going to happen. We don't do that here. I'd appreciate it if you didn't either. Make comments and that type of comments, right? Because you don't know any more than anybody else. It's not saying you might be right or I might be right. You just don't know until it actually happens. So we refrain from naming stocks to buy and meme coins and all these crazy things that you could do out there on the interwebs. So please refrain. You're all right. You're cool. No hard feelings. I like to mention that once in a while. People don't really know the rules sometime, right? You come into our house. Here's our house rules type of thing. Got no problem. You're welcome to stay. You're not in trouble, right? Just respect the rules, respect the moderators, respect the other people in the room, and we'll have a great time. That I can promise you, right? All right, what else we got? Anything else moving? Let's see, did oil, it kind of burst up there and pulled back a little bit, didn't it? What else? I don't see. Everything else is about the same right now. Yes, here. So this would be a great time if you had a question. If not, I'll just keep babbling. Doesn't matter to me. All right, spread this out here a little bit. ES and NQ charts pretty much look the same. We did some gold trading. I did some gold trading myself today. I haven't traded gold for a little while. It's one of my favorite things to trade also. I traded it heavily for the longest time. Not so much lately. I've been really focused more on NQ trading probably than anything else. It's been my jam. Now today I did NQ. We also did the Russell, gold, oil, kind of the whole gamut today. So didn't trade the Dow today though. It was kind of choppy, but it ended up looking okay after a while, but I just didn't personally trade it today. NQ is usually what I stick with. I have good charts on it. I know where my lines and levels at. A little bit more confident, right? Now, it's the biggest face ripper of all the four indices. So, yes, you can make a lot of money. You can lose a lot of money in a hurry. All right. What else we got going on? DeepSeek. Well, let me ask you this question, Maverick, on that question. That's old news from, 6 months ago, maybe, if it's even been that long. May not even been 6, right? What happened to the markets? They reacted to a news event. Doesn't mean the news event was real, right? Just like somebody can get on there, tweet something, or get on TV and say something, right? All right, so they evaluated them. Yes, you're correct. The market did react violently to that news, right? Oh my gosh, the big red country over on the other side of the world's way ahead of us in the market, right? Well, how did they do that? What did they use to do it? They made it sound like they invented something. Where did they really get their chips from? And you named it right there, right? So after that, the market's like, all right, it's kind of just pulling the wool over our eyes a little bit, right? Do they have that? Yeah, it's real. It's a real thing, but it is a race, right, to supremacy in that area. There's a lot of people competing in that market, right? Basically, the way they presented that news was really sketchy, right? And being a big red country over there, it's kind of hard to verify anything anyway, right? So, unfortunately, markets react to news, good, bad, or indifferent, right? There's nothing we can do about it. So, yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of people upset that seeing that stock reacted badly to that news, but as you can tell, it's been at all new time highs now, right? So, and regulations have been tightened up and everything about those overseas shipments. So, gold come up here and bounce. Matter of fact, I was just drawing this line here as one's trying to break through here a little bit on gold. I don't usually trade gold this time of the day just because the volume tends to drop off. It doesn't mean it is today, but I just tend to kind of avoid it. If we look at NQ to the downside, there's not been one big order. It's just been slowly sliding down the hill, right? So nothing major to make you just want to jump in there, but I got to type something into this box. I want to try to do this every couple minutes just to put some nonsense in there so TikTok knows we're using their chat program built into their studio program. All right, so now you got this coming down to the 55. This is in a good spot. If this can break and hold below this 55, we might get some downward movement if the volume is there. Why? Because that's just another point of support to the downside. If it gets below this red line here, it may perk an interest to me. Could I traded all that? Yeah, I could have, right? I could have sat in that the whole time, but I didn't, right? The reason I didn't is because it was by the 21. There wasn't really any large order type thing, right? That's not going to happen anyway there, Maverick. That's way out there. Could it happen? Sure, anything could happen, hypothetically. We don't use the gold standard anymore, and we won't, right? There's a lot of technical reasons that won't happen. Also, there's a lot of physical reasons that would never happen. So, anyway, yeah, time's a little bit different, right? We were on the gold standard back then, and we're not now. So, we won't be going back to it for very real reasons. Everything's digital now anyway, right? All the money. So I wouldn't get too concerned about that part of it. Let's see. What else we got? Not going to happen. Can't happen. Not in this day and age. So. All right. What else we got going on? Anything else moving? This is resisting here down here at this regression channel line, which you can't see here, but I can see on my other monitor, and it essentially bounced right off of it, right before the 55. It's right here. There's a line here. It goes right across right where the bottom of this candles are at. And it popped, right? You know what I could show you. Let me drag this over here, right? If I drew a trend line to the bottom, right? I got to zoom this in a little bit tighter, right? Let me, it goes clear back here, don't it? It's going to be a little bit harder than I thought, but we'll get her. I can manually draw a line here, right? Click the right button, right? So I can come down here. Here's a point here, connect the dots, right? So I'd get right here, draw a line up, right? Come up here. We know we're in this channel, right? And I'll get this down to the bottom there. I'm off a little bit, right? So bang, I can have a line right there, a trend line. I'm gonna erase this here in a second, but just wanted to show you, give you an idea that you can draw your own trend lines if you really want to, right? A little clunky there, but that's all right. So if you drag this up for this trend to break down below this line, you know, that would be breaking a channel to the downside. I can do the same thing, draw one to the top, connect the dots, top of the bars here, also just like I did at the bottom, and have a trend line there, right? So when I said it was towards the bottom of the channel, this one's off a little bit, right? Probably if I went back further here, scroll back, I could snap this line a little bit better, right? To connect more points. This here is only 2, and that's from this one back here to the current. That's not really a good way to draw the line. So what can you trade with? $500? Well, there are some, right? You'd be better off with a larger account, but you can open up accounts. You can do intraday trading with that money. You can trade a lot of these different things. There goes that light going out again. I don't know what's going on with that thing. Let's see if it pops back on again. It should. Did the last time. See if it does. If not, I'm going to have to go up there and smack it. You know, if you smack things, it'll turn back on. One of them kind of deals. It's a little dark right now. We'll see if this comes back on its own or not. All right. It's all right. You don't need to see my mug anyway, right? I still have some light.
Mood lighting.
Mood lighting. Yes, I'm always in a mood, Doug. Didn't you know that? But anyway, yes, you could trade micro contracts with $500 accounts, right? This is a key light that light went out on. Let me check one more time here. 1 second.
Hello, tech support. Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Perhaps the power switch?
Gently pick it up and drop it down from 3 to 4 inches
Yes.
off the desk.
I wiggled the wire, so I don't know. Maybe the power supply is bad or something going bad. I mean, I've seen it do this a couple times over the past week, so. We'll just deal with what we're dealing with, right? All else fails, I'll just turn my camera off, right? And you aren't going to miss much. You know what I look like. You've seen probably more of me than you care to. Can I check crowd and snow? Well, I can, yeah. Why would he ask to see those? We're talking about futures, not stocks. Well, what sector is CrowdStrike and Snow in? What is their business? Somebody tell me other than Maverick. Okay, tell me what business they're in. Anybody know what business they're in? Don't say it. They answer Maverick. I said anybody but Maverick. Pay attention. So there's Snow. It's called Snowflake, right? Very big company, right? What sector do you believe they're in that they deal with? Anybody know? What about you over there on YouTube's? Right? Somebody on YouTube. What does Snowflake, ticker symbol, and what does CrowdStrike, which is CRWD, I believe? Yes, CRWD. What business are they in? That's CrowdStrike Holdings. What sector do they work? All right. Miranda, she says, me. Miranda, go ahead, answer it, Miranda, if you like. Come on, I got all day. All you people in here, one of you has got to know it besides Maverick. Come on. Miranda knows everything, so I'm sure she knows the answer. What is it, Miranda? Go ahead, give the answer. What sector do these two companies deal in? Huh? Miranda. Hello? Miranda, you're taking too long to answer. Too late. Next. Anybody else? They're in internet security, right? They're in private security. They're in surveillance security, right? They're in the tech sector, right? And which indice is the main tech sector? Well, that would be NQ, the NASDAQ, right? So do you think what happens to CrowdStrike, which is a large company, and Snowflake, which is also a large company, would have a direct impact on the markets? And you combine those two together and throw NVIDIA in there together, what do you got? You got three very powerful companies, corporations, that are having earnings, right? And that type of thing. So it matters. You should pay attention, right? It doesn't mean you have to own a stock or anything like that, right? See, if I hit this little news thing here, I want to see what it actually shows for CrowdStrike, right? Look at that. U.S. stocks on the move. CrowdStrike, NVIDIA, EchoStar, right? Then it just tells you just a quick news blurb. Bracing for earnings from AI chip leader NVIDIA, right? Industrial average is up. 3 top gainers, and it tells you a lot of these companies that went up. So they're in that tech sector, which is what drives the NASDAQ, right? So as you can see, it's kind of in a channel if you look at it overall, right? It's kind of trading from here, basically from the blue line to 200 MA up to here, back and forth, right? About a $2 or so range. So people are waiting on those earnings to come out this week also, right? So they do go hand in hand. Now, I'm not in here trading this. We're not in here talking about it. I just try to get you to look at the macroeconomics, the big picture, the micro, the macro, the economics, how everything's tied together that drives all that. So these individual companies, when they come out with their earnings, will have a direct impact on your trades if you're trading futures, right? Yes, we're not trading individual stocks like you can with stocks and stock options, but they still will drive this, right? So the NQ, which is the NASDAQ, and the ES, which is the S&P 500, they are going to move because of what these companies will say in their earnings report. So it does pay to pay attention, because what will happen, you'll be in here trading and they'll release earnings. You'll wonder, what the heck happened? Why did the market just drop all of a sudden, right? Well, usually when that happens, it's a news event. What was the news event? Well, if you don't keep up on what you're trading and what influences, then, you would already known that those companies have earnings coming out. So, and you really don't want to be in a trade at 420 today. If that's when exactly NVIDIA, that's when they're projected to release earnings. I don't know if it'll be exactly then or not, but that was the projections. What happened here? I wanted to get in on this candle, and I took my eye off the prize on NQ, right? Look what it did. Did it not break below that trend line I just drew a while ago? Right? See that? I wanted to get in that trade, all right? But I didn't, right? We'll see what happens, right? You never know. Think anything can happen, right? It can continue down. It can bounce off the different levels as it works its way down. Remember, anything it had to fight on the way up, it's got to fight on the way down also. So just pay attention and give it the respect that it needs. And you got to, as you get to each level, you got to make a determination. What am I going to do if it gets to here, to here, to here, to here, right? I can come up here. I don't have lines. I don't use Weeble to chart with. So let me pop a line right here, and I'll tell you why I popped that line. I can see right here. See how these topped out right here, right? See that right there? See how that works? So it may want to bounce off that line, or it may just blow right through it, right? You don't know, but you got to exercise caution as it approaches each level that you have on your chart, right? So those are historical levels, and you need to respect them accordingly. It may stop, it may bounce off, it may go right back through it again, right? But the point is you're paying attention. That's what those lies for you. Those are points of decision. You don't just sit here and watch stock go up and down. You got to make decisions. You should be exhausted. If you trade all day, you're going to be mentally exhausted at the end of the day, because you're making thousands of decisions sometime in an hour just trading a few things, right? Do I get in? Do I stay in? Do I get out? When do I get in? Do I stay in this trade? Do I hold? No. Oh, yeah, hold, right? As things fluctuate and go up and down, because these candles will fluctuate in their price. You know, it could be pretty freaky sometimes, the way some of these candles will move, especially NQ. It's the most volatile, as a general rule, of all of them. So you got to be able to stomach these big price movements up and down to a certain point. Obviously, you always trade with a stop. So, but you have to be able to stomach that and develop a tolerance to fear, because look how much this candle's moved, right? This candle went from 633 down to, I don't know what that price is, 630, 628. That thing moved 4 points just in one candle. That's, what, 4 times 4, 16 ticks, just one candle alone. And, you know, the volatility is, and now I look up here at my other chart, the ATR is 16. It's moving average, so it's going to move $4 up and down just in one candle in 1 minute. You have to be able to stomach that. If you can't, then you need to trade something that's less volatile. It's not moving around as much, right? So that's the thing you got to watch, right? So it's trying to break through this level. See it come down there and test that again, right? If it can break and hold below this, then we have some potential movement to the downside, maybe, right? But you don't know. You trade to trade. It's in front of you. You don't just say, "Oh, it's going to the basement for sure. All in." That's not how you trade. You trade to trade. It's in front of you, and deal with it accordingly, using your education and your experience and the tools that you have to use to make a decision, and you traded that accordingly, right? So watch the trade. Let's see if it wants to break. There's a candle right beside it that it might want to break through. Actually, this needs to move up a hair. This is off just a little bit here. Yeah. Anyway, it's close enough for hand grenades. I ain't gonna piss around with it. Just kind of watch and see if this is going to break and hold below this level, right? And if it does, then you keep trading it to the downside. If it decides it wants to pull back, well, then you have to make a decision. Where do I get out at, right? Remembering that this will move up and down at a minimum of, right now, about 4 points, 16 ticks, 17 ticks, whatever. So you might as well just say 20, because you're always going to have those candles that are larger than the other, larger than average, but the average is that. So can you stomach that? What does that mean in real life? Well, if it's 20 ticks, 20 times $5 a tick, that's $100, $100 bucks, right? What'd I say? How many did I say? 20. 20 times 5 is what? What's 20 times 5? 100. So you have to be able to stomach a possible $100 loss just waiting in a trade. Can you do that? If you can't, then you might want to look at something else. And right now, it looks like it might want to pull down here. We'll just wait and see what happens, right? See what this is doing. It's really trying hard to break down here, right? And is it going to stay down now? The problem is this candle did not start on the shoulder of the other one, so in some weakness here. This may very well just pop right back up, right? So, and look what it did. Boy, did I foresee the future or what? No, I didn't foresee the future. I didn't say it was going to bounce up there. I just said it was showing weakness, which means it might go the opposite direction. This case, it did. I didn't come out and say that's what it was going to do. But because it was not on the shoulder of the previous candle, it could do these kind of things, right? So, anyway, what didn't I notice there, Troy?
Galaxy.
Huh?
A galaxy. There was a galaxy given.
Oh, no, I wasn't looking at the TikTok feed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you spent a lot of coin on that. Make sure I'm looking at my screen. If I'm looking at a trade, because I'm looking at a different computer, I'm not staring at the feed. Feed's not on this. It's on one of my side monitors, so I apologize if I didn't see that. I know those things cost a lot of coins. I've sent a couple of them in my time. I was like, geez. Oh, it was Miranda? Okay, whatever. Yes, it says Miranda sent me a Galaxy. That's a lot. You know, that's enough to scare off Dave S. because that's, you know, there's a lot of money. And that really puts the challenge to Dave. So now what do we have here? I told you that candle was weak. Did I not? Look at my line on my chart. Where's this thing holding up at? Right? So I may want to just wait and see what happens here. I want to wait for a break and hold below, what is that, 625-ish or 6, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. So strong level, right? Let me keep typing stuff here in case. Let's go. I'm going to type let's go into the chat. It's not Coach, it's me. All right, there we go. It pops up on TikTok. Let's go. That's me. And it's not the coach. So now we're coming down and we're getting down at other levels. Right here's another level. See how that bounced, that wick bounced right here. Again, I don't have this charted out on Weeble. I have it on my other screen, right? And this thing wants to pull down to about 620, which is down here towards the bottom, right? 620 is where some orders are sitting. 620 would be, why isn't this dragging down here? Come on, come down here. I don't know what's up with this crazy thing. Anyway. So, grab it, drag it. Anyway, it's trying to get to 620, like I said, and that's where it's at right now. I don't know why this line ain't dragging. What's going on here? Well, that's happening. There's the 620 right about there. Right there where that line's at. Look at the pull, ginormous pull, right? Is it going to continue to do this? Well, you know, eventually it's going to stop somewhere, right? Is these people selling off, taking some profit in case NVIDIA has bad news? Could be, right? Or they may be shorting everything to make a profit, to make the market go down so that when if NVIDIA has good earnings, it makes the market go back up, right? Who knows why, right? Obviously, there wasn't any, unless there is a news. Did anybody see anything about news? Let's see what this thing says. It just says hits record high. S&P hit a record high today as NVIDIA awaits results. Yeah, nothing that, there's no world news that I see here, right? There we go. So, you know, my little account has greatly improved while we were talking here. And if you know what I mean, paid members. So, anyhow, I told you earlier today, paid members, what was going to happen with my account today, did I not? Yeah? That I would find a way. And the way has been found for me, presented itself, and helped me out immensely. Made my life a little bit more positive looking than it was earlier. So
we never doubted you.
I was kind of getting worried myself there for a little bit, to be quite honest.
Nah.
You know, it just wasn't, you know, it is what it is right now. Yeah, there we go. So there's a double bottom, right? Is that a double bottom there that just bounced off of? Let me see here on my other chart. Yeah, it is. It's kind of it's not a super strong one, but it is a double bottom right here. This line that I have right here. Excuse me?
Yeah, there's multiple touch points in there.
That is there 620? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Tokyo session open.
Oh, okay.
At 616-ish.
Okay.
So it bounced almost to the tick right off of Tokyo session.
And you see this mess right over here, and this is why it stopped where it did. Historical lines matter. See all this, how it bounced here? Now, if it can break through here, what we'll do, there's a lot of chop in this next one, right? Now, the issue we got to watch now is we're getting closer to the 200 down here. Now, we're quite a ways away from it yet, but it's there. We just have to make sure that we're aware of as we approach the downward that we have the 200 right here. Look where this wick came down. Didn't touch it, but come close. So we have to respect this on it. This is really the second strongest indicator on a chart, right? So you have to respect that accordingly. Now, this may just stop here. The people are done short selling this, and they may want to the buyers may want to jump in, right? Now, it is now officially power hour, the last hour of the day, where people traditionally get out of their trades, take their ball, and go home, right? So we'll see here what can happen. There is, again, the 200s there, right? So you have to respect that, right? And see what happens, right? So there we go. I'm now back to, that would represent about Hey, I can't do math. I'm brain dead.
What are you trying to do?
Math, 23 ticks ahead now from being down earlier.
Nice.
So it was a long slugfest, multitasking, which is not a good idea. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do. I may trade my live account in front of you people next week, but depends. If I do that, I won't be able to answer questions because I will be paying attention to my trade, just so you get a taste of. And I will talk through my trade if I do it. I don't know that I will for sure, but you know, here we are now approaching the 200 potential balance point. Do I want to jump in this trade right now? I don't personally, just because I know statistically this will reject off here and maybe go back up. Well, it missed that by what? 0.5 to 0.20. Missed that by one tick, literally. One price movement. 25, and this is down at whatever, 50, right? So it just about hit it. That's close enough. Stock trading is like throwing hand grenades. Close is enough sometimes, right? What you see on my screen is a paper account. Yes, that's not my real account. I don't trade my real account while I'm talking, and I'm not even conducting a trade. I'm just talking through it, right? I'm not clicking the buttons. I can go over here and click these buttons and enter the trade and make fake money, right? It's a simulated account. I don't trade my real account live because I'm answering your questions. I'm looking at 4 or 5 different monitors, monitoring the live feed statistics, make sure everything's still going, yada, 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 right? So it's very distracting. It's hard to be laser focused on my trade. Now, if I do decide to do that, which I'm considering it maybe sometime next week or whatever, I don't know. I will be intently staring at my screen. I won't be looking at your comments that you're typing in your chat boxes, right? And that's not an issue because we have moderators here in the room that help out. You see Doug answering and others answering your questions, Nunya and all of them, right? Miranda, whoever's in the room. But I can assure you, if that happens, I will not be looking at any other screen other than the screen that I'm transmitting this broadcast to you from. All right, it's a separate computer system I'm using rather than my regular trading unit. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it yet. I might. I'll see. I'd have to do some test runs like paper trading it on here just to make sure everything runs smoothly. But it doesn't really matter, right? I'm walking you through. I'm giving you the reasons why, my logic, my reasoning, right? Whether you agree with them or not, right? What am I using to make my decisions? Did I not tell you that this was going to bounce off the 200, the blue line here? Look at that. Tried it again. Right? So that's why I wouldn't enter that trade. It's too close to the 200, right? So you have to respect your key levels on your chart, these lines that you will draw that mark historical levels, which we teach you how to do all that here at American Dream Trading, right? And everything else that goes along with it, what these indicators mean, what's the value of them, how do they relate to my trade in real time, right? Now it's testing it. It's broke through it. Is it going to break and hold? That's the question. I still won't enter this trade, even though, that's exciting. It broke it. Get in. No, you don't do that. You wait for the break and hold. Is it going to break and hold? Here's my candle. This needs to be on the shoulder of the previous candle and move down. Now I got a level right here. So now it's a double whammy. I'm waiting on this to confirm that it wants to still go down, but I got another level here, critical level, and it bounced right off of that, right? So I didn't have a break and hold. If I'd have jumped in that, there's a little bit of the red on the next candle, and I would have just got my face ripped off, right? So that's why we don't do that. You got to be patient, right? Because you don't want to be this, right? and wreck your account, right? So I'm going to wait for a break and hold below this level here. You can see it stopped just a hair above it, right? Again, one of the downfalls of Webull is this only moves in increments of 25 cents. A tick is 25, even though Webull shows you at 90. This is not going to be 23,690, right? It only goes in quarter increments, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75, $1, but the Webull chart doesn't break it down that way. But just so you know that. All right, let's see. Thanks for that tiny diny. Ooh, what? What's up, Doug?
Mark, you're sitting on previous day high at 23,611 with a key level at 23,613 and 608.
Thank you for pointing that out. I actually have a temporary line there because we discussed this very level earlier today, did we not? When it was going up, if I recall. Yep.
Yes, we did.
I didn't notice that until you just said it, but yes, I have two distinct lines there. It broke through it, but it couldn't hold it, right?
Yeah, it's sandwiched between that and Tokyo session open right now, so there's going to be some interesting things happening.
Correct. So I want to see orders down at least 608 on my L2 down at the bottom, or less, right? Now, did this candle start on the shoulder of the other one? Yes, it did. Is it going to have enough oomph? Yes, right? Is it going to continue downward? Well, I have to look and see what I got going on. I have a big order there at 605. So that's down here a little ways yet, right? 605 is down here, right here at this level, roughly. If I get my cursor in the right place, pretty close to that right there, right? You may want to come down to that. Now, them orders can be pulled. I'm starting to see a little bit of 604s, right? But it doesn't mean it's going to get there because people can throw in orders. They say, oh, this is inexpensive. I am jumping in. Look at that. Did I tell you where it was going to go? Did I? Huh? Where did that go through? Where did it pull back off of? Huh. Imagine that. Yep, and there's the 603s and 4s down here where the wick touched, right? So now it pulled back. It's a big retracement. Usually it'll retrace 50%, but that one went all the way up, right? It bounced off this. Basically, it bounced off, and now I don't have a line here, but there is a line right here at about 60. Let me see here on my other chart. At the 602.75 London open. Here it comes back to retest it. Now, here's a point, critical area. I have a gold level at 600, 23,600. It's been fighting this level, going up and coming down all day long. That would assure you that this here area is a tough area to break through. It doesn't mean it can't this time, but I will assure you this is a very strong support level. It will have to really get some sellers going in there to push it down past that. I would be very cautious right here. Sit on your hands until you see it break and hold, which I want to see a break. This is your break, and I want to see another candle form on the shoulder of the previous candle and get out. Now, could I scalp that and made some money? Yeah, I can, right? I'm a pretty good scalper. Here's my confirmation candle. Is it going to stay down there? Has it got enough oomph? It did start on the shoulder of the previous candle. Does it have enough oomph to do it, right? Now we're talking around the 593 level. There is some orders there, but there's no other big orders that I see much below that. So this may pause here. So it's a good thing that I didn't enter that trade because I looked over at the L2. Now I based that on the L2 over here, right? That's all I'm looking. I'm looking for big numbers. Just kind of gives me a little bit of an insight sometimes. Doesn't work all the time. Holy crap, look at that candle. Woo! Too bad I wasn't in that one. Wow. What the heck's going on here, right? These people are just going berserk, right? So 565, right? What's that? This is power hour. This is why we don't trade during this time of the day, right? Let's see what this is going to do. Has it got enough oomph to go down further, or is this it? Where do we stop? You never know where bottom is at, right? Man, look how much I got to squeeze this in to be able to see it, right? Oh, there's my 522 level, right? Right there.
The last time it popped its head over the level, it sold off heavily.
Yep.
I was talking about that earlier, me and Doug.
Yep. So that 522 is another tough level. Look where the wick touched. See my yellow line I have there? You probably saw this line yesterday, right? There you go. That was some serious money there. That drop, if you would have got in on the EWO just played the EWO basically, or got in on break and hold of the 9 like I like to do. I didn't because I'm stalking, right? Well, that was really an average of, let's just call it 300 tick drop times 5. If you had one contract and just rode that all the way down, you'd have made, what did I say it was? $1,500. 300 times $5 a tick. Bam.
So, Mark, if I ain't mistaken, 3 months ago when they had the NVIDIA earnings, they had the same type of price action where it was going from the top of the range to the bottom, back to the top.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I remember the day. We was in here watching it.
Yeah.
And it was NVIDIA earnings coming up during the live.
Yep.
And it was doing the same seesaw type.
Yep. This 552 is a strong area to the downside.
VWAP down here. Weekly VWAP.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So, will this go back up? Will people think, oh, this is, say now it's trapped between, here's VWAP, right? Here, and then we've got these levels that are tough, so it's in a tough spot. What's the trend? The trend is down. Yes, this trend's been a short-term one. It went down in a hurry, right? That was exciting, right, if you'd been in that trade. So, anyhow, that's how it works. All right. So, too bad I wasn't focused on this. I could have participated in that, right? But, it is what it is. All right. I'm now up 35 ticks. That's all I grabbed out of that. That's okay. I'm talking in code to our paid members. I was down earlier today, and I told them, I'm like, yeah, I probably should just throw in the towel for today, but I'm not going to. Why? Because I'm confident in my abilities, right? And I literally took $10, $20, $50, $75 and profit, locked them in. I didn't care if it kept running or not. I just locked it in little by little, 20 here, 30 there, 10 here, a couple break evens. I think I might even had another red trade in there somewhere. Just bang, 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 chip, 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 peck away at it. And now I'm up, whatever. I'm up, how many ticks did I say? Ahead from where I was. So am I green big time today? No. Would I have been had I wouldn't have messed up earlier today? Yep, I would be. But I'm green, and that's all that matters, right? Green is green. Live the fight another day. So I'm up 35 ticks for the day if I was trading NQ, which I was mostly. But I made some bonehead mistakes on my decisions on entry. Rushed to judgment, jumping in. Didn't really evaluate the trade like I had, and I paid dearly for it, right? I'm not any different than anybody else. We're all human. We, even though you have the intellectual knowledge, sometimes our human emotions and things take over, and we end up doing things we knew we shouldn't have done. One of them things, and I discussed this with our members earlier, is as soon as I clicked the button to buy and get in a trade, I knew it. The minute I clicked the button, I'm like, why did I just do that? I don't want to enter there. And when immediately the trade went red and pulled against me. And then I sat there and watched it go against me even more, hopium that it was going to come back, which I already know you don't do that. Get out of the trade, right? Rip the Band-Aid off. So I already made the decision from now on. I'm not even going to play hopium and wait ever again. If I get in there and I have them, I made a mistake entering. I shouldn't have done that. Immediate close the trade, take the loss if it happens to be a loss. Because I let that one go where I could have probably got out with a $10 or $20 loss, ended up costing me over $200, roughly. I don't know the exact amount, but without going back and looking at it. But basically it was $200, right? Just doing a rough measurement of where I got in and where it ended up pulling against me. So I could have just clicked exit. It's like, dang it, close the trade right away, right? Realizing I made a mistake in entering there, right? Whether it's mechanical or just poor judgment. As soon as you get those trades once in a while that you shouldn't have done that, right? Oops, did I do that? Right? Rip the Band-Aid off immediately. Your account will thank you. Could it be possible that the trade will end up going green? Yeah, it happens all the time. Not all the time, but it happens pretty irregular. And I kind of went with that thinking today, and NQ's not one to think that way with. It's not very forgiving. And it punished me for my poor decision. So rip the Band-Aid off, go on to the next, reset your brain and your mindset, and trade the trade that comes up next, right? Trade to trade. Typing in something into the chat box again. This is me. Try typing trade to trade. Again, that's me. Even though it says ADT coach, it's me. So far, I haven't got that little notification yet, so maybe me typing in this chat box works. I don't know. I don't know what makes it. It tells you, we detected inactivity on your account, right? So we'll see. I think you got to do it every couple of minutes to avoid that. I don't know. We'll see if I can make it the whole broadcast. If it is, then I'll just start doing that more often. All right. What makes it tick? I'll tell you, a lot of things make me tick. A lot of things tick me off. What's a tick? Is that what you want to know? What is a tick, Patty? 187 over there on TikTok. Is that your real question? What is a tick? Or do you want to know what makes a stock tick, this contract tick? I need to please clarify your question, if you would, right? Is this going to move to the upside? Well, I got up above the level. I'm above VWAP. It did break VWAP. Is it going to break and hold above VWAP? Because you should never enter a trade on VWAP, right? Because it can go either way against you. So try not to do that if you can help it, right? Because it acts like a strong magnet. All right. So I was just going to keep going up again. Now we're coming back up to that 600 level again, right? We had to fight it coming down. Now this time it didn't fight it going down. It blew right through it. But that's an anomaly, right? So anyway. All right. Patty, did you clarify your question? What makes it tick? Is that what you're asking? Or what is a tick? There's a big difference between those two questions. We got to watch this going back up at the 23,600. In other words, the 600 level. That is a gold level, right? Right here. I would not enter a trade here until it breaks and holds above that, right? That's is there some money that you can make there? Well, yeah, if you're an excellent scalper and you want to go for it, it's be a higher risk trade. I might as well just save my account and let it break through there, right? If it will. And we are in power hour, so things are really volatile. We just seen that, right? So, anyhow. It might even get even more volatile for this over. This may go back up and fall right back down. You just don't know. That's why one of coach's rules is that you don't trade during power hour if you're an inexperienced trader, because it is highly volatile, especially in the last 10, 15 minutes of the day. People are really getting out of their positions. And at 420, approximately 420, and NVIDIA is going to be coming out with their earnings. So this might just be a reaction. People were taking their profits and getting out, and the rest were panic selling, trying to get out. And then as they were panic selling, people like us jump in and short it, which drives the price down even faster, which causes panic among the people that own it. And they freak out and they try to get out of their trade, which makes it drop faster, right? And it just, I love it. I love panic selling. I love the short. It's my favorite trade, actually. I make more, I can assure you, I mean, I've never proven the statistics on my way I trade, but I can assure you, I got to be making more money when it goes down. I love this going down. Going up, you never know how much people, in my opinion, the way I view it, things through my dirty glasses, is that you never know how much people really want to pay. But when they want to get out of a trade, they want to get out of it fast, which the market will pull fast, right? So, anyhow, that's just my line of thinking. Whether that's thinking, I don't know. Am I staying on for NVIDIA earnings? Absolutely not. We'll be done at 4. That way our members can be free to go to the aftermarket show, which starts at 4. And I also have some place to be, so I have to, unfortunately, cut it off. Now, we have done things like that before, but I can't today. Would I like to be trading at that time or being around for when that happens? Yeah, I kind of would. I mean, I wouldn't do that live in front of you. I wouldn't be 100%, 1,000% focused on my trade if I was going to trade it. So,
Join Dawn in the aftermarket
at 4 p.m.
4 o'clock.
There you go. Thank you very much. Here we are approaching that 600 level. I would not enter a trade here personally myself. Now you got to watch. We have the 200 up here above it. So if we can break and hold above this, then we got to watch this level slash the 200. Everything's jammed together here, which is a good thing, because now once it gets up here, it should be able to make it easier to move upward, but it's still going to have to fight this. right? We did break through VWAP down here, which is the strongest indicator. Second strongest is the 200 MA up here, right? A talk makes it tick, okay? Miranda. All right. Let's see what we're going to want to do. Are you going to break on through the other side? Are you going to break on through the other side? Can they break on through to the other side? Those with gray hair would know what that referenced. And maybe some of you hip youngsters might even, if you have an appreciation for good music.
Something about a door.
Yeah. You might want to look behind the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Dun, dun, dun. All right. South Florida. Where's the aftermarket show? Over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Starts at 4 o'clock. When you get over there, tell Dawn you came from the future. She'll know what you're talking about. Because I am her favorite, just so you know. Of all the moderators, she likes me the best. You know, I mean, I know, just it is what it is. The other moderators don't like it. It hurts their feelings when I say that, but you know, they can get over it. I'm a boomer. I don't care about their feelings. Just Dawn does like me the best, even though Dawn's really not my favorite. Vegan Knowledge is, but you know, she don't care. Let's look, see here. Is this not going to go up, and then it'll give up, and then it'll bounce to the downside? That could happen too, right? Trading or psychology. Well, we can't push it back up. There ain't enough people want to play. All right. Short-term trend is up. Now the problem is we're stuck between the two most powerful indicators. So now they're running the base runner down, right? Second base and third base, they're trying to run the baseball player down. They got him squeeze play in between. Is that what they call it? I don't follow baseball. Is that what they call it? Squeeze play when you're trapped between two bases? Who's the baseball players here? I don't know. Huh?
Yes, that's correct.
Is it a squeeze play? See? So they're squeeze playing it here. It's got to break. If it goes down, it's got to break through VWAP, which is the number one strongest indicator. If it goes up, it's got to break through the number two strongest indicator. So, and I'm at a gold level, a very strong support and resistance level. So it's in about the worst place it can be at this very moment, quite honestly, to get a movement one way or the other, either up or down. It's kind of crazy, right? These are the things. So you have to sit, if you're not in a trade, you need to sit here and be patient, determine what your entry criteria is to the upside, or what will your entry criteria be to the downside. You have to predetermine that and then wait on that. What expectations must be on a $500 account? Well, hopefully success, but you need to get trained up. I wouldn't worry about funding an account. You need the education first. Well, that'll follow. We don't even want, we tell everybody, don't be funding an account while you're getting training. You want to train first, trade less, right? So you come in and get the proper training. You got to build a foundation. You need to go to kindergarten. Don't be trying to get your PhD on the first day. You know what I mean? You have to go, you need to get trained up a little bit before you even think about going to paper trading. And then you'll paper trade for a while, and then maybe you can think about trading real money. You know, paper trading will help you understand whether you're a good trader or not. If you can't trade fake money successfully, you're not going to trade real money successfully, right? So don't even think about funding an account. Don't look at it that way. You're getting the cart before the horse. You need to get the education first there, Mr. Diamond, right? That is the wise thing. Invest in yourself first. All the rest will follow. Everything that I do that's made me a success, whatever your definition of success is, I receive by showing up every day here at American Dream Trading. I was in here every morning, bright and early, and there till the doors closed every day. And I've been doing this for, going on, this is on my third year. January will be the end of my 3 full years, right? So you got to put the time and the effort in. Can I explain what's going on with these charts pretty good? Yeah, I think so, right? Why? Because I got the experience. I had developed the skills over time by listening to the sound of Coach's voice. Now I can be a parrot essentially, right? Because I've acquired the skills and I know how to use them. I know how to put all these things together. Does that make me a 100% successful trader? No, I still throw money away every day. I proved that today. I did that, right? So anyhow, Anyhow, see what we can get here. And as you can see, they're taking a nap. They don't know what to do. So, well, it's okay. So we'll try to the downside, somebody said. We'll see how that works for us. Is that going to work out good? Well, it could between here and VWAP, but it hasn't broken hell below the 9 yet. So as my trading that I learned from Coach, one of the techniques of many that he covers, I trade off the break and hold either below the 9 and the break and hold above the 9. Now, I just don't jump in willy-nilly because it does that. I'm looking at the big picture also. But essentially, that's what I'm doing. Here's the 9, this white line. If it breaks, which it did, and I have a good confirmation candle that started on the shoulder of the previous candle, like this one is, I may enter the trade to the downside, right? But this candle has to show oomph, energy to move in that direction. See what happened here? It lost all that, right? There's no way I'm entering this trade to the downside. It was promising there for a second, but it sure fell apart. So now, well, we'll go back up here. Let's try to see if we can break through the 600. Why don't we try that first, somebody said. So now they're pulling their money and trying that, right? Can I ask for your moving average settings? So I can follow along? Yes, this is the 9 EMA, the white line. This green line is the 21 EMA. This red line up here is the 55 EMA. The blue line is a 200 MA, in other words, a 200 moving average. And this yellow line down here is VWAP, which is set on a 14 time period. That's just standard pretty much. So you have VWAP in the 200. The 200 is the only one that's MA. The 9, the 21, and the 55 are EMA indicators. And you can put them on any chart, right? Some people use different ones. These are just the ones that we found that work well for us. I can guarantee you it's worked well for me. So, does that answer your question there, June? Yeah, lock them up. If you want to win, it's definitely not about the money for a year. It's about knowledge, right? Knowledge and education. Develop a skill that nobody can take away from you, that you'll be able to make. Okay, thank you, June. That you'll be able to develop a skill, right? That nobody can take away from you. That's what you want to do first. Get your understanding, right? Somebody handed you a scalpel on here and says, I want you to do a successful brain surgeon on this 4-year-old child. Would you do it? Just walking off the street? Would you do that? Well, no, you wouldn't do that. You're not trained to do that. So why would you take the scalpel and cut a 4-year-old child's head open, right? We just wouldn't do that, right? So why? Because we don't have the education. Now, can you go get the education to learn how to do that? Absolutely. Will it be easy? Absolutely not, right? Will it take time? Absolutely, right? A lot of time, right? So the same thing applies to becoming a successful trader. You got to put the time in. There's sweat equity involved. You got to show up every day, come in with an empty cup, put the work in, train, take notes, ask questions, show up at the Zoom calls every day, right? By getting one of our paid memberships and accelerate your rate along, right? Yep. So people just want to come in, oh, look at this guy, man. Look at all his trading. Look what he's doing. That don't look so hard, just clicking a mouse. Well, that ain't how it works. I've been doing this for 3 years, right? All right. The 2 weeks end on 2 weeks after. It's 10 days of trading days when you buy the membership. Does those premium, those kick the tire promos end on Monday? I don't think so. I don't know. Did he say anything about that? Moderators that were in the room. I know the Diamond Lifetime membership definitely ends Sunday night. If you don't get it by Sunday night, you will never be able to buy it the Lifetime. You'll still be able to buy the Diamond membership, but you're going to pay $850 a month or $7,500 a year versus the $4,000 one-time payment now, which is a better value. If you can't figure that one out, then I guess you probably shouldn't be trading because that's basic math, right? Take advantage of it. I understand that people don't have that kind of money laying around. Is that inexpensive? No, it's not. But that gets you everything and you never pay anything again. So you have to look at evaluate the value of it. What is the value to you? And you can compare all that stuff and go to our website over at American Dream Trading, .com. There, I changed it up a little bit. So check that out. While you're there, grab that free Discord. That's how we communicate with each other. We will never DM you or send you a text message or any of that kind of stuff. We only communicate through our Discord lounges. We never send DMs or WhatsApps and telegraphs and any of the other things. We don't communicate that way. Why? Because that's the way scammers do it, right? They can mimic anybody. And I have had scammers that's copied my profile and has tried to contact people in the group thinking they're me. Well, our members are already trained to know that nobody will contact you via any other method other than, oh, there it goes. Here comes the TikTok warning. Doggone it. Is it going to give me the puzzle? We have detected inactivity during your current live. What a bunch of baloney that is. I've been typing stuff in here every couple of minutes. I tell you what, you didn't detect nothing. You're just messing with me now. So I got 5 minutes or whatever to complete this puzzle if it would load. And it is. This puzzle has not loaded on this computer maybe once out of the last 10 days. So I'm probably going to end up losing you TikTok here in about 5 minutes. Nothing I can do about it unless this puzzle piece happens to load up this time. With this software here, nope, already got an error. Will not load that puzzle piece. It's very frustrating. So, but I can't help that. So you're going to get disconnected here maybe in about 5 or so minutes due to me not completing the puzzle, for not complying. Well, if it don't load on here, then not much I can do about it, right? So it is what it is. I thank you for joining us in case you do get disconnected, right? It's a Labor Day sale, not Memorial Day. There we go. Where's the puzzle? The puzzle's on my computer, my laptop that I'm running everything off here. That's where it's at there, Dave S. All right. Approaching the 200 on the NASDAQ to the upside on a 1 minute chart. I want to see a break and hold above that, which also happens to be another level there around that 60, what is that? What's this level here? 609, 612 level. I'd like to really see a break and hold above the 612 level. We get in the previous day high here right before the 612 at 611. So you might as well wait for the break and hold above. Yeah, it's built into this TikTok Live Studio software. It pops up. I've been typing stuff in here every 2 minutes and it's still saying here. So I need to verify by sliding a puzzle piece over, which fails to load in this version of this software here. I might get lucky once in a while. It's just not getting it. So here comes our chance to break and hold above this 612 level. I want to wait for the break and hold, right? Because we got activity here, right? See? I want to watch that, right? May not be as strong as some of the other levels, but it's still a level. I want to make sure that I see some 613s and aboves here. Right now, look what it's doing. It's hanging up right here. This is the previous day high, basically, where the top of these candles are at. And I can't put my mouse over it because this puzzle box is over top of it. But right there, top of those candles, not the wicks, the body of the candle itself is the previous day's high level. So that's where it's stopping at, right? I have a line at 612 on my other charts. And I can't see the chart that I'm transmitting about. So I'm just calling out what I think it is, because I know what the level is. I'm looking at my charts on my other monitor. But anyway, TikTok, I mean, this ain't looking good for you guys. You guys are going to get disconnected. Unfortunately, not much I can do about it. So I apologize. Now, what you can do about it is right now, head over onto our YouTube page, American Dream Trading, and you won't miss a thing. I would suggest, as a matter of fact, I would highly suggest that you abandon TikTok now, believe it or not, and rush over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Click subscribe and you'll see our live feed on our futures over there. Click onto that and you'll be able to not miss a thing. All right? I got about 1 minute and 58 seconds before this thing shuts her down. So if you disappear, you can go to our Facebook page. You can go to our Twitch page. You can go to all of them, right? But I mean, YouTube's is good because you can go over there. Not only that, you can watch the free training videos are there also. So right now, TikTok, I see y'all there. You might want to abandon ship because it's going to throw you all overboard anyway. Run over there to our YouTube channel. If you don't know what that is, it's YouTube.com. Our channel is American Dream Trading. Just American Dream Trading is the name of our channel. get up over there and look what it did. It broke through up here, right? And we'll see what happens here. Is it going to break through anymore and come up here? I don't know. It did break out. That's promising, right? See what happens here at the 620 level, right? If it can make it up there. I got a line right there. That's the Tokyo or London session high, right? Earlier today. And it's hanging up right here at my 617 level. See that? That's a historical level that I have marked there. And it's there for a reason. And what happened? It paused right there, correct? See how that worked? Right? Is it going to continue to do this? I have no idea. I know I got to watch right here, and I got to watch up 623. I know I got to watch 627 because I have lines on my chart. Again, I'm looking at my other chart. I can't see this one because this TikTok thing is still in there. In about 30 or 40 seconds, TikTok, you're going to lose your connection. I would highly recommend 39 of you left run over to our YouTube channel right now.
Hey, Mark.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to say welcome to June. She's signed up with our free membership.
All right, June, congratulations. Thank you for that. There you go, right?
Good to see you. Before we lose you here on TikTok, please make sure you...
All right, TikTok, you're about to disappear here in about 15 seconds or so. Run over to our YouTube channel right now. There's still 38 of you left. I am not teasing you. YouTube, American Dream Trading is our channel. You can watch the same broadcast live over there. Here we go. That's it. We got about 5 or 10 seconds left. Every time I click refresh this puzzle piece, it stops the countdown a little bit. But thank you all for being here. Run over to YouTube, our American Dream Trading channel over there. You're about to be disconnected there in a few seconds. And that's it. So, anyway, well, it just aggravates me when that happens. So, all right. For some reason, just won't load that puzzle piece up. And then TikTok is gone. Let's see how many people are live over now watching over on YouTube. Let's see if that number pops up. We'll see if people magically run over there real quick like I asked them to. And they probably won't, but we'll ask. Don't hurt to ask, right? So, anywho, unfortunately, we lost TikTok with 20 minutes left. All right, now I can see my chart again. All right. What are we going to do here? What's going to happen, right? Again, paid members, experienced members, you know, you can take advantage of the NVIDIA earnings if you're an experienced member and you're very experienced and you're an excellent scalper. It'd be just like, you know, very highly volatile. It's a news event, right? It will rip your face off. There's usually a knee-jerk reaction there also, right? So, if you're going to do something like that, exercise extreme caution, please. Best thing is don't even play it at all. But I believe their earnings are scheduled for around 420, right, when they release it. And you will see that stock react one way or the other in a hurry. That much I can assure you. Everybody in the world's waiting with bated breath for this earnings report, are they not? All right, well, I didn't see any increase in our TikTok viewership, so they didn't run over there. I guess they don't like YouTube or whatever, or they just didn't want to go anywhere. Yeah, you know, TikTok. TikTok's great. That's how we have a lot of our members come in, right? It's just this. The only issue is it's on probably more my end with the software trying to run on this laptop. I don't know. I really don't know. One day it works fine, and the other day it don't. Today it loaded right up, fired up, went live, no issues at all. So, YouTube works every single time. I have no issues with YouTube.
Yeah, TL Criddle just came over and says, "Yeah, tick sucks."
Yeah, I seen that. That's what I was referring to when he was talking. All right.
That's good stuff.
Well, that wasn't a good fill. It didn't work out too good. Let's see if I can break through this 627 level here. We have big orders, not big orders, some orders at 28. That's not really encouraging. There's some 629s to the upside. 629s, 629s, right? I'm looking at the L2 over here. Is there some big orders more up to the upside? It might want to break through this level here at 627. We might as well call it 628. Give or take up or down a little bit, right? All right, let's go. Let's see. Let's go. You can do it, right? You can do it.
You can do it!
Or not. Or you can reject off of this level, right? You can do that just as easily. So it can be very volatile here. We have about 15 minutes left, right, in the day. So got to be very careful. This thing will have some wild swings starting probably now, right? Best not to be even in a trade unless you're an experienced trader, because you'll get your face ripped off in a hurry. There's a candle going green, but it's weak because it did not start on the shoulder of the previous candle. I would not put a lot of faith in this candle going to the upside. It's not meaning it can't. I would just be very cautious. Don't get excited because you see green and think it's going to move upside, because it did not start on the shoulder of the previous candle, right? So just pay attention, you know, be diligent about what you're looking at, right? So it could do it, right? Let's see. Can we get her going? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. No? No? Oh, well, I guess it's not looking very good, is it? Doesn't have enough oomph to it. How about Matthew? Matthew, come on, what do you think? Can it do it? All right, what do you think, Kool-Aid guy? You think it can go up? Oh, yeah. No, Kool-Aid guy, he don't know much, so I wouldn't take his advice. Oh, look at that. Kool-Aid guy was wrong. Look at that, right? Let's see. It's so volatile right now. Is it going to pull down, or is it going to pop right back up again, right? You just don't know, right? This is
that wick touched Tokyo session open again.
Yep. We'll see what happens. Right here's the London session open here, right? Let's see if this can bounce off this level. Look at that. Look at the volatility in that. See that ginormous wick? This is why Coach tells people, unless you're an experienced trader, you got no business trading right now. You're going to wreck your account, right? You know, especially don't mimic my account, my trading, right? You don't need to do that, right? So you got to trade the trade that's in front of you, and this is not the place for rookies, right? And you really have to honestly evaluate your skills. Are you experienced enough to handle this? Don't just think, well, I know how to buy and sell. That should be good enough. No, it's not. Take my word for it. You know, when I'm talking about experienced trader, I'm talking about years, right? Right, everybody picks things up faster, you know, different than everybody else. But there's no large orders to the upside. There is a large order to the downside to 622, right? So this actually wants to pull down rather than go up right now, right? So, but that can change in a heartbeat. What's it going to do here? Is it coming? Look at that. It's come right down to that 622. That order disappeared. Now is it going to gain strength back to the upside now that it's satisfied those people down there, or is it going to lose its steam here, right? It's very, very weak. Very, very, very weak, right? So you got to see what's going to happen here, right? This could go to the upside just as easy. Now you got some more little minor orders coming in that wants to go to the upside, but it's not enough size-wise, I don't feel, here that it wants to really move it up. There's some 625s maybe. It might pop up too, but they're all about the same size, so you really don't know which way this thing's going to go until somebody puts in a large order there to move it up or down. Right now, they're just teetering, punching each other in the mouth, not knowing where they want to go with this, right? So this is just going to sit here and consolidate until somebody makes a move. That's what it's going to take, somebody to commit. Who wants to commit to making this move one way or the other, right? We don't care whether it goes up. We don't care whether it goes down, because Coach educates us on how to make money when the market goes up and how to make money when the market goes down. Now, it is in a short-term upward trend, though, right? It's worked its way up here. It just doesn't want to go past this 628-ish level, right? So you're going to have to see some orders down here at the bottom of the L2 saying 628 or more if this thing's got any hope of pulling up there, right? Right now, it's only showing 625s. Sign a week. It's just doesn't have the oomph. Now, as long as these orders hold here, you want to see these numbers increase. There's some 626s, right? There's 624s. It lost it that fast, right? So, again, it's still hanging out here. We don't want to know what it's going to do. If you're not in this trade, don't get in one, right? That would be the easy thing. So, we'll see what happens, right? Again, this thing could just drop out like crazy, right? And you could wreck your whole account. And then it could go, I mean, if you're in a long, let's put it that way. If you're in the upside thinking this is going to go up and it pulls back real hard, we just seen one of them candles earlier, didn't we? Right? That's account destroying there. And if you're in the short right now, just think this thing could shoot straight to the moon, and that would wreck your account. See how volatile it is? It just doesn't want to move. And we still do not have any large orders here to move it one way or the other. And it is about 12 minutes left. I would expect some more increased volatility, maybe some really crazy things happen here between now and 4 o'clock, right? We'll see what happens, right? We'll go from there. Well, here it's a little bit above the line, not much, right? So we'll see. I'm going to get excited what's going on here. We got it up. Is it going to hang here? Some more consolidation. This is a test of patience if you got in a trade, or a test of patience waiting for it so you can enter a trade. You definitely want to see a break and hold above 628 if you want even thinking about a trade to the upside. And even then you have some traffic up here you're going to have to deal with, right? So does it want to break through up here or not? Right, here's our test. It could really launch if it can break through this channel.
The dentist and I went.
Hi, Mrs. Doug. How are you? Anyway.
Sorry, I got it muted.
Anyway, good to hear from her today. Anyway, so here we are. It's testing. Does it want to get out? There's still no big orders really convinced that this thing's going to shoot to the moon, right, or anything like that, right? It's testing this level. Does it want to? Oh, look at that one there. Isn't that a beautiful candle? Isn't that thing? See how that launched after fighting? It's like one of our members uses the term coiled spring. It keeps trying and it's trying and it's trying, and then finally it breaks out and goes, bam, right? So anyhow, that's the volatility that we talk about that you got to be very careful. Where did it come from? It was building up energy there, like a coiled spring. Bang, bang, bang. It doesn't show up in there. Somebody dumped a bunch of orders in, right? So now I would expect a pullback here, a little settle back out, maybe retest, right? Is there any big orders there over here? No, right? This is the thing. This is how your accounts get destroyed. This craziness like this, right? That was a huge candle. I don't know what that candle value was, but that was a big candle. Is there any big orders here again? Nope. There's an order. Maybe you want to pull it down to 633, which is still above, there. Does this candle have on the shoulder of the previous candle maybe with some energy to the upside? Huh? Yes or no? I don't know, right? All right, so we'll see what happens here, right? Does it have energy? Does it want to go up there? Where's the orders at? There's some 638 orders, right? It may want to go there, right? Sitting here thinking about it. There's the 637, essentially 638. Now there's some orders, no more orders there, right?
It'd be sitting quiet and then all of a sudden a burst. Pew.
Yep.
Mark, real quick.
Yep.
VIP Zoom is going to stay open for earnings, and the aftermarket show is not going to start until after. We'll
Okay.
be starting at 4 o'clock today.
I don't know if I just tried to make a little quick scalp there and it rejected my order for some reason.
Rude.
I don't get that. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's a trading view thing. Let me try the other one here once real quick just to see what happens. See if there's an issue there. Yeah, I'd never had that happen where it rejected an order. I mean, all he wanted to do one little E-mini real quick, right? I just wanted to see what would happen, right? It didn't let me, it said order rejected. I'm like, what? Since when? Right? Unless it disconnected or something, I don't know. Well, no, it wouldn't say that, would it? I don't know. All right, so. Let me see here. Now I missed that chance to do that. I'm going to see what happens when I do it through the app directly. I mean, it didn't execute the order. It wasn't like I was in a trade trying to get out. It just didn't. It said order rejected for some reason. I don't know. Never seen that before.
Is that through your Tradeovate account, Mark?
Yeah, it's linked to it, but I did it through the TradingView link. So I don't know what the deal was that. We'll see.
Maybe the margin increased? Not sure.
No, it shouldn't. Well, I don't know. Could it be? Well, I don't know. I don't know if how they send a notice to let you know it. Tradeovate, whether it pops up somewhere, I don't know. There is a news widget over there, but I don't see anything highlighted on it. I might have just, maybe did I lose connection or something? I don't know. Yeah, I just tried to do it through Tradeovate and it didn't do it either. I'm gonna log out, log back in, and see what happens. Whether it's something, I don't know. Strange, never experienced that before. Anybody experience it when Tradeovate won't reject your order? You know.
I'm still trying to get my funds transferred over to use it.
Yeah, I've never. That's the first time. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I'm just going to log back in and see if maybe there was a might be a connection issue somewhere, right? Could be the interwebs. Okay.
Mine's working fine.
Yeah, it's got to be on my end or something. It said rejected. I don't know why. I just want to.
Steerlink?
Yeah, could be. I'm on Starlink. I don't know. Just never experienced. Now I want to make one just for the heck of it, but I don't want to just throw money away to test it. You know what I mean? I just logged out, logged back in. So it might have been an internet connectivity issue, but I would think it would have just sat there. You know what I mean? I really don't like to click a buy button, but it's right here at this channel. So we'll see here. I can get a little pop maybe right there like that. Rejected. Why am I getting rejected? I don't understand. What's going on here? I mean, it's not sitting there like it's not connected, waiting to connect. It's flat out tells me I'm rejected. I hate being rejected. I don't like rejection. Do you like rejection? I don't like rejection. Let me see here. I don't know. I have no idea why. It's just, oh well. I don't know what to tell you. That kind of sucks. I don't know. I have no idea. Now, let me try this again through this way. Do that. Stop loss in there. I'm on NQ. It shows I'm connected. Rejected. I have no idea. It just says it. Huh. That's got to be some sort of glitch in the universe or something. I've tried it through TradingView. I've tried it through the Tradeovate. I don't know. I have no idea why. One more trade, that's all I want, just to make sure this thing works. Keeps one, buy at market, buy there, da-dee. What if I try to buy a bid? I don't know, I really don't want to buy a bid, but see what happens. Rejected. Well, there'll be logs on this, maybe their customer service can tell me what the issue is. There's got to be something out of the ordinary. It did well. I mean, got no idea. Well, after I disconnect this call, then I'll maybe, I don't know. I mean, it can't. I mean, it's actually telling me the order's rejected. You know how it puts up a thing, order rejected. I don't know if you could hear it. Does it play over the? Did you hear something about order rejected or anything on sharing sounds? You guys hear it?
I didn't hear anything come through.
Okay. I wonder why. All right, well, I'll contact them and tell them what time was this. But, yeah, right there. Yeah, it shows right in the trade logs anyway. So that started at 3:51. And one of our other members said they're using TradeVate. They didn't have any issues. So it's got to be something here somewhere. Maybe the software got corrupted or something all of a sudden. I don't know. Probably maybe restart my computer. Maybe that'll redo it. I'll try that just to make sure once we're done with this live broadcast, which is going to end here in about 1 minute. I do thank you all for being here today. I hope you got to see some trades here, see the explanations why I would do what I do, and learn a little bit from that. Grab them free members, those free, not free, the 2-week kick the tire promotion over there for $19 for the premium, or $19 for the crypto, or $49 for the futures membership 2-week trial. Also have the diamond membership lifetime, which is going away forever Sunday night. And that is for $4,000 one-time payment, never ever pay again. Includes everything that we have all in one package. It's a heck of a deal. I mean, the membership package alone, $6,000 if you buy that. It's an a la carte thing. It's $6,000 if you buy it separately like that. So you can see the incredible value, and that's just one item. So thank you all for being here. Again, my name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading. We are live here 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 to 11. I'm live from 2 to 4, and the aftermarket starts at 4 p.m. here in about 10 seconds. Over on our YouTube, AmericanDreamTrading.com. American Dream Trading. Anyway, make sure you're anybody come in contact with that you try to lift them up, not tear them down. Leave them with positive, lasting memories of yourself, as you may be the only positive influence in their life. Thank you. I will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. Goodbye.